Hello and welcome to this week's YouTube video. I think painting white objects convincingly is one of the hardest things in oil painting. Getting colour into your whites can be tricky. I have painted many white animals and it's taken me a while to figure out the best colours to use while steering clear of black. In today's video, I'm going to share with you what colours to use and how to mix them, and I have found that this combination works every time when painting white objects. You will need the following colours: yellow ochre light Rembrandt, cadmium red Winsor & Newton, ultramarine, I am using ultramarine deep Rembrandt, and titanium white. I am using titanium zinc white by Gamblin, but you can use titanium white if you wish. I will also add transparent oxide yellow by Rembrandt. This colour is not necessary, but I do find it useful. I'll explain why later. This is basically the Zorn palette, but I've swapped my ivory black for blue. Blue is cooler than black, and so it gives me more of a range of temperatures. I have two warm colours on my palette: red, my warmest colour, and yellow ochre light. Red is opaque. It has a really high tinting strength. It will make anything I mix it with really warm, so I don't need to use a lot of it. Yellow ochre light is not as warm as my red, and it is semi-transparent, so the tinting strength is not as high as my red. This means I can mix more of this colour into my other colours without overpowering them with yellow. Transparent oxide yellow is a warm colour. Not as warm as the other two, but it is transparent, so it has a lower tinting strength. This means I can use a lot of it when mixing colours, and the yellow won't be as strong as my yellow ochre light or my red. My cool colours are my blue, which is semi-transparent. The tinting strength is the same as my yellow ochre light, so I can mix quite a bit of this into my other colours without overpowering them. My other cool colour is white. This is opaque. It behaves the same as red. It has a high tinting strength. I don't need much of it to cool a colour down, and it will overpower my colours quickly. I can darken my blue and I can lighten with either my white or my yellow ochre light. Due to its transparency, my transparent oxide yellow will not lighten my dark colours. My transparent oxide yellow and my cadmium red are my mid-tone colours. It is very important to understand these things, as it will help you when you start mixing colours. My black will be mixed from my blue and my red. If I add more red, it will be a warmer burgundy brown purple. If I add more blue, it will be a cooler purple. I have two blacks, a warm black and a cool black. Yellow and purple are complementary colours. Yellow is warm, purple is cooler. Yellow neutralises purple and vice versa. If I mix my yellow and my purple together and add white, this gives me a grey. If I add more yellow to my grey, it becomes warmer. If I add more purple, it will become cooler. And it is in this range that you want to paint your white object with the complementaries of purple and yellow. You need to always be thinking of this palette in terms of temperature and value, not colour. When you are looking at your white object, ask yourself, what's the value? Light, dark or mid-tone? If it is dark, you have the choice of two blacks, warm or cool. If it is mid-tone, but you are struggling to see the colour, hold up a white card next to your object. It is in this mid-tone area that you will find you do the most mixing of your yellows into your purples plus white and your purples into your yellows plus white. Always use this combination as your starting point. Mid-tone whites are the trickiest to paint because very often your yellows may stray into oranges, pinks or warm purples, and your purples may stray into greens. If this is the case, you will need to adjust your base colour just like this. Keep using your white card to help tell you if the colour you are seeing is warm or cool. For your light areas, it will only ever be either white or perhaps a warmer white, so add a bit of yellow, or perhaps a purple white. Next week I will show you this principle in a painting. I hope you have enjoyed today's video and found it useful. Please like and subscribe if you can, and check out my website sarahhallidayart.com, where you will find examples of my work and also details of online classes that I run. Thank you for watching and see you for the next one.